I am Makeba Evans. Thank you so much for tuning in to Moments with Me on Mondays and Wednesdays at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. I am going to plug in and share a little bit of conversations and topics that I think we need to discuss as we are on our journey to being the best grown people as we can be. Of course, the word adult means age, and there are a lot of people fighting for their independence and saying that they're being adults just because they're a certain age. But just because you've reached that age does not mean that you are mature. And there are definitely intentional steps that we need to make as conscious human beings on a planet Earth to be mature and be quote unquote grown. So today I want to talk about setting a goal or two for ourselves. And I created a mnemonic for the GOAL, and it's your God-given opportunity to achieve something life-changing. The GOAL. The goals that we set for ourselves will keep us from feeling like we're not making any moves in life. We're just living that same day over and over again, where you're going to work or going to school and you're just coming home and watching TV. Hey Mark, how you doing? Jack Markson. How's it going out there? Thank you so much for tuning in. Hi Barbara, cousin sister. And the thing to help us from feeling like we're living that Groundhog's Day over and over and over and over and over again is for us to set goals for ourselves. And like I mentioned, a mnemonic that I created is a God-given opportunity to achieve something life-changing. And the reason why we should set goals for ourselves is to feel like we have a purpose in life. It's a way to help keep us motivated. It's also a great way to build up self-confidence when you achieve those goals. And the best thing to do is to set a goal that you think will be attainable. I also found another mnemonic that I see a lot of people are using and have been using over a few years is SMART. So specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So any goal that we set for ourselves, we need to set a specific time to achieve that goal. So this is what I want us to do. Go find your quiet place, somewhere away from all the noise that will distract you, because you're going to need all of your attention. If that's your favorite chair or somewhere where you can listen to some nice music, if you have a little plug-in water fountain in the house that you want to listen to. If you need to meditate a little bit to quiet those thoughts in your mind, if you'd like to say a little prayer so that you can help pull that positive energy in from the higher power that has blessed us all with life. Whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself in a space to set your goals. So with your piece of paper, just mind dump everything in your head that you think you want to do. When you were a child, the things that you wanted to do when you grew up. Go ahead and put all those on a piece of paper. So after you finish doing that, go ahead and look at them. Gaze and see the things that you think you dreamed about and wanted to do. And so now go ahead and rewrite those things on some note cards. And after you put them on a note card, just lay them all down flat on the floor or on the table and look at one particularly and write down all of the things that you think you need to do to achieve that goal. So, like my friend, she just took her children on a Disney cruise. It took her a year to get everything handled, but she sat down. She decided that she wanted to take her children on a Disney cruise. She wrote down the things that she needed to do to get that goal completed for herself and her family. And so she can check that off of her quote unquote bucket list. I'm in Atlanta, and it really amazes me on, I've been a hairstylist for 22 years and I meet a lot of different people. We have something called 285. It's the freeway perimeter, all the way around the circle. I don't know how many miles it is. But there are some people who have not been outside of 285. So if there are some people that are listening and tuning in and you have not been outside of the perimeter, I think a good goal for you would be to venture out, go into the suburbs, see what is there to experience. Now, when we are children, we have a lot of dreams for ourselves and we set goals for ourselves, even if they aren't intentional. But we do have the vision to dream and want to aspire to be something wonderful, hopefully, when you grow up. So, when I was a young girl growing up in Las Vegas, I'm the only child. And I said that I would never do that to my child, just only have one. So I said that I wanted to have 10. Well, I only had 6, and 6 is a lot at this day and age that we live in. And I stopped because those daggum children are expensive. Oh my God, they need shoes, you have to feed them, you got to take them places, you got to do stuff with them. So that caused me to adjust my plan, my goal. I had to change it and tweak it a little bit. So we stopped at 6. I have 6 boys. I'm 44. My husband is 43. And we talk about adopting, but I don't want a baby. I would want, like, my last 2 are 10 and 12. So, of course, at this point, I would adopt a girl. You can choose, you know. So I would get a girl and she would have to be like 8, 9, or 10. Like, I wouldn't want to go back to baby. So that might be something that you might see me doing in the near future, because there's so many children that need love and help and direction and guidance. What we'll probably do first, which will be my first baby step, is to be foster parents. So we have to prepare ourselves for that, and we'll see how it goes. I might change my mind again, you know, I do that a lot, so. But that's what you get to do as grown people. You get to change your mind, decide that you want to do something a little different, tweak it. But the thing is to have something in mind. You know, you have relatives that are like thickereenies, you know, thick in the hips, and they get a little round when they get a little older. So when I was younger, I told myself that I didn't want to be like my aunties that were round and was eating ham hocks and chitterlings and stuff, and that scared me because I didn't want to be like them. So what I did was I consciously made a decision that I would stop eating beef and pork. I still eat chicken, I still eat fish, I still eat turkey. So that was something that I decided that I would do. That's a lifetime goal that I have set and achieved. You know, a lot of people are doing the 21-day Daniel fast or whatever way that you can tweak it. I think it's 4 different ways you can tweak it. So I decided to do the no meat one. And like I said, I don't eat beef and pork, and they have like the protein that you really need. So if I'm cutting out chicken and turkey, that's leaving me feeling a little weak and lightheaded, which I did experience today at the gym. I talked to my husband and he was saying that maybe if I took a supplement, which of course makes sense, but those things taste so nasty. I don't mean a vitamin. I mean like the powder protein stuff that you're supposed to put in water, because I also cut out juices for these 21 days, but I can do it. So I might have to digest that nasty, gritty, sandy tasting protein stuff in some water before I go work out next time. But we have to listen to our bodies, and I don't want to be lightheaded after I get off the treadmill or when I get up from the bench. So I guess I'm going to have to make that adjustment until I decide to put some Yardbird back in my body. When you are setting your goals, make sure that you prioritize them after you've taken your note cards and put the baby steps that need to be done to lead to that big goal, and just go put all of those in a pile. Then you need to prioritize, see what you think is most important. Do like a month goal, do a quarterly, do 6 months in a year. And I say every quarter, go in and reevaluate, pull out all your cards, and see what you've done to achieve those. Your monthly goals, of course, you're going to need to look at those a little more often. Your yearly goal, you want to look at that one maybe 6 months out. Your half a year goal that you set for yourself, you want to look at that maybe every 2 months. You just have to go in and hold yourself accountable, see what adjustments that you need to make. And like I mentioned, definitely celebrate. Go out, hang out with your friends, go treat yourself to something, you know. We should get a calendar, definitely. Some people feel a certain way about whether or not you should look at your calendar daily or weekly or monthly, but definitely set one. You decide whether or not you need to look at it as often as that or not. The thing is just to write it down. I'm a digital girl, so I've actually created an Excel spreadsheet that I can share with you. You can go to email at shareourlovelight.com and send your email address to me, and I can shoot you out a copy of what I created. I also plan on making a video of how I created it, so that's also an option. If you shoot your email to me, I can direct you to that video. I might upload it here on Facebook too after I get it done. This is a goal that I set for myself, to open up Makeba enough to share moments with me, to make these videos, to sit down, to find the time to speak to people in this manner. I want to make a life change soon, but it takes baby steps to get there. So I would one day like to motivate people on a larger scale, besides in my living room or at my home or wherever it is that I decide to post up and make a video. I would like to one day be in front of a group of people and motivating them. Like I said, I have years behind the chair in the salon, and I meet so many beautiful women and hear their stories and listen to their dreams and aspirations, and I try to connect them when I can to the other young ladies that I know, that could possibly point them in the right direction to help them fulfill these dreams that I know that they have. And it feels so good to hear their stories and listen to the steps that they've taken to achieve the goals. I, of course, have ladies too that sit in my chair and they're just, bah humbug, and complaining about things that they want to change in life, but they don't change. You know, they say they want to lose some weight or be more active, but they still have their hands in a bag of processed chips instead of crunching on a carrot or some apples. The goals that you set for yourself, the initial ones, should be something that you can achieve in a short time. Not anything like running a marathon. You don't want to just go out and run a marathon. The first thing you would want to do is train for a 5K, and then a 10K, and then a half marathon, and then a full marathon. I mean, you have to make it make sense to yourself in regards to the baby steps, because you don't want to defeat yourself before you have time to build yourself up, get your self-confidence where it needs to be, so that you can pat yourself on the back for achieving this goal that you've set for yourself. I was watching the president last night talk about the steps that it took in his life for him to become president of the United States. And I'm sure he didn't think when he was young in Hawaii and then in Chicago that one day he was going to be the president. The first thing that he decided to do was to make changes and be a part of the movements to make changes, to make things better for people. Oh, now the wind is blowing up. Dorothy, don't take me away. It's little twigs and stuff falling out of the trees, but there's no mosquitoes, because, you know, mosquitoes will get me in the house. So this is the good time. late winter, spring, fall, the summertime, the mosquitoes will bite you up. So that's not, you won't see me outside then. But today's a beautiful day, so I'm sharing my energy with you out here. But the president didn't set out to become president. He just set one small goal, which led to another and led to another. And that's something that we all need to do for ourselves to keep us from feeling like, like the zombies on TV. They just walk around blindly, aimlessly, I don't know, doing what it is that they think everybody else wants them to do, which is nothing, versus a goal that they set for themselves to achieve. My girlfriend sent me this. My girlfriend Makeba, she had set a goal for herself where she saw that she was going to get a mason jar, and every week she'd write on a sticky note something wonderful that she did that week. And I mentioned that was great, and she sent one to me. Thank you, Ike, if you're tuning in later, now, whenever. I'm going to fill this thing up, and then I'm going to get another one, and I can't wait to read them at the end of the year. Another goal that people have for themselves is that they say they want to save. And saving can be real intimidating, overwhelming, especially if you feel like you're working a dead-end job or you're not making the money that you want to make and you're overwhelmed by the bills that you have. So they have something called a 52-week savings challenge. So you save $1 a week. You increase the dollar. So the first week is $1, week 13 is $13, week 33 you save $33, and the last week you save $52. So at the end of that goal that you set for yourself, you've saved $1,378. So that's a great goal to set for yourself. The thing is to just do it, to write it down, to make it visible. If you need to change it, if you need to tweak it, if you need to add something, to take it away, just stay focused and get your goal achieved. And after you get it done, make sure that you celebrate, because your baby steps will soon become giant steps. And we all deserve to live the best life that we can. We all deserve to be the best me that we can be. It's okay to start a new career. It's okay to change the one that you're in to work in a different department at the same company. Just do something different. Motivate ourselves. A good thing to do also is to get an accountability partner where you guys can do it together. Try to motivate one another. You can set whatever similar goal that you have. Like if your goal is to work it out at the gym, you guys can try to go 2 or 3 times a week together. If you can't, you still go. Once they get down, you help pull them up. If you're down, they help pull you up. Just stay motivated, choose something, get it done, and be the best you that you can be. We only get one shot at life. I see people dropping left and right. And when we're younger, we have so many things that we want to do when we grow up. And when we grow up and get a little older, we kind of get discouraged by people and ourselves and disappointment, which keeps us from setting those goals. Or after we dream, waking up and doing something to make that dream a reality. But we have to stay strong. We have to make ourselves focused. Get off of the couch watching TV. If you're spending time on social media, watching other people live their lives instead of living yours, we have to do something different, and you have to start today. Stop talking and start doing, and we can get it done. I would love if you would share my video. I would love if you would share a goal that you would like to achieve, and then also add to it the things that you would need to do to get it done. Thank you so much. I am Makeba Evans. This is A Moment with Me.